If you go back in time, you go back to 1912, we were kind of making that leap from agrarian to industrial age. So factories were starting to be built. The landscape of the economy was fundamentally being rewired and changed rather dramatically. There weren't a lot of free market capitalist economies. We were one of the few. And that was causing challenges and opportunities and problems. And so you add challenges, opportunities, and problems together is usually when legislative bodies step in to determine what the rules of the road are going to be and how people are going to play the game on the playing board.
They had chambers in major cities, and the President of the United States suggested to the national business community that if they wanted to compete, if they wanted to be represented, if they wanted to have their interests taken care of in Washington, that they ought to form a national chamber. They had no idea what the world would look like 100 years later, but they were committed to representing the fundamental precepts of American business. Free enterprise, in a free country, in a free market.
The U.S. Chamber represents any issue on the federal level that's important to businesses in America being able to do what they do, and that is to conduct business.
Probably the greatest challenge of our time is how do we be economically competitive in an increasingly difficult world, and so the Chamber is at the forefront of leading that effort.
The Chamber focuses its resources on the top issues that it really cares about that's going to affect the business community.
The top priority today, and has been for a couple of years now, is jobs in the economy. We have been trying to advocate policies to help create jobs for several years, and we now drape the front of our building with a banner that says jobs so nobody can be confused.
Education is a priority for the Chamber because without skilled, capable, knowledgeable workers, we are not going to have a thriving business community, we're not going to have a thriving country, and we as individuals will not be able to live the American dream, as we like to say.
The biggest job generator in the country, small businesses. I think the Chamber does a good job of representing business of all sizes.
I think every small business should be a part of the Chamber in some way.
It's a way to kind of, I think, knit the community together from the very smallest and grassroots organizations right up to the big corporations and multinationals. They do an excellent job.
They truly are the voice of business. 90% of our businesses are small businesses.
It's very comforting to be able to put the key in the door every morning and open your door, go in and do what we do best, and that is build, and know that somebody is up here taking care of our interests.
What being a member of the Chamber has helped me realize is how the process worked, how it affected our company.
Connecting with them on a number of issues and the timely updates we get from the U.S. Chamber are invaluable.
When healthcare reform was passed, the U.S. Chamber said, here are the specifics, here's what you need to know, and here's what you need to tell your constituents.
Working with the Chamber of Commerce on the Hill, it makes all the difference in the world. The legislators and their staff know that if you're there on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, that a lot of thought and effort has gone into their particular position.
You also have a network to grow your business from automatically just by being a part of the Chamber organization.
We have an opportunity to network with other businesses in totally different industries.
A good chamber is connecting people to people who help each other.
The Chamber of Commerce does a great job of listening to the business community, the people actually that create jobs and create opportunities for commerce and for people to work hard and get a return for working hard. They protect that.
The government was going to discontinue contracting with distributors like myself. It had the effect of regulation, but they didn't go through the regulatory process. I truly believe if it hadn't been for the support that I'd received from the U.S. Chamber, that our company wouldn't exist today.
If you can assemble all of those voices and get them all singing off of the same hymn sheet in their communications with Congress, you can influence the process and get some things done.
We've moved to the business of providing intelligence. What does the information mean? Why is it important to you? How do you use that information to advance your business? That's why we're in all modes of communication that we never thought about before.
There was a day where we would go out and try to get individuals to write their congressman. We now go out and have them text their congressman.
The Chamber really prides itself in being a 21st century organization. We are that central hub of intelligence. We've got a new website, freeenterprise.com, that that we're launching just this year.
I know they have over 150,000 people on their Facebook page, and it's always a spirited debate in getting the different perspectives.
I follow them on Facebook. I receive their policy communications. It seems like the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is everywhere.
I follow them on Twitter. I can very quickly read it, retweet it, get the information out to our members. It makes it a lot easier for us to have a call to action.
Free Enterprise magazine comes out 12 issues a year.
We spend a lot of time on the road talking to state chambers, local chambers. We spend a lot of time talking to journalists, going on TV, going on talk radio, and obviously into print as well.
So we make use of all the modern technologies, but we do so in a way that provides more efficiency for our members and a bigger impact.
The Chamber of Commerce is there, they're cutting edge, and they want to make sure that no one in government has a good excuse to be dumb about the realities of commerce in America.
Coming into the chamber each day is a bit of an adventure. It's always a question of what's next. And that can be good and that can be bad. I mean, you can walk into a major firefight that developed overnight. You can walk into a major success that you didn't expect.
We're looking for the voice of business, and we're looking for people who can help spread the meaning of that and get the word out.
There's so much work to be done that if you have a great idea and you want to go ahead and do it, then there's a lot of support to make that happen.
I am proud to work at the Chamber. It has an extremely talented staff. We get things done.
There is nobody in this town with the depth and breadth and scope of people that we have.
We host world leaders on a regular basis in this building.
We spend a lot of time here in Washington, but more importantly, we spend a lot of time out in the States. That's where real things are happening, real projects are getting built, and real problems are felt.
I really believe that what the Chamber has been fighting for the last 100 years, and will continue to do so, make a difference in people's lives because it empowers people to follow their dream.
We may be the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, but behind every issue is a person or a business and a story. And telling those stories is what's so important.
Really, it's a responsibility and a privilege to work here because it's such an important brand and such an important part of the mix of what makes our country great.
You have to have great people. You have to have a belief and a strategy on how you're going to advance it. And we do it with high integrity and good manners.
The chamber is well connected.
Powerful,
tenacious,
knowledgeable,
incredibly effective.
They are our champion in the United States.
The bold leadership that the U.S. Chamber provides the business community is so important.
And when we've done it for 100 years and we're still here, that's all that needs to be said.
I think it's very much about the American dream.